Hey, my name is Justin Case, and we're here at Day of DPIN, and it looks like they're doing things above us here, trying to get
should we be worried?
Trying to get the event thing put down for tomorrow. What I can't see what it says yet. Oh, it's coming, but it's kind of hanging sideways, so I don't know what it says. I don't know what it says. I guess it doesn't really matter. But while I was here looking at DPIN projects, learning more about options when it comes to nodes and what everybody wants to do, I'm still, as you guys know, more into sensors when it comes to DPIN. And so I ran into Alex here from WeatherXM, and I just wanted to see from him how things were going at WeatherXM. Things are falling apart over here. I think I put you in a dangerous space. I'm so sorry. Do you want to walk somewhere else?
I'm all right.
Are you okay?
I'm
okay. So, tell me how things have changed in the last 6 months to a year.
I'm gonna move over.
Yeah. When it comes to when it comes to WeatherXM, what's been going on?
What's been going on? A lot. We just did, I think, 8,000 total deployments. 7,000 are about currently live, so we're really happy about the network growth on the supply side. I believe the last that I heard is we're growing about 10 stations per day. So that's kind of, from a network growth perspective, we're pretty excited about that. But for 2025, we're hoping to hit about 20,000 stations.
Okay. Now, it sounds to me, when we were talking earlier, you were saying there was a focus now to deploy in specific areas. Why is that?
Well, so we did a targeted rollout that was really successful with Swissborg. And that targeted deployment was set for the global south. So the reason we did that is there's actually a huge lack of weather stations in the global south. And so we were able to crowdfund with Swissborg to raise money to send stations in areas of need. And we have, I think, over 700 deployed in India, or will in the next couple months, and should have about 200 stations in Mexico. So those are some of the highlights I remember.
Now, it sounds to me from what we've been talking about that the more deployment that you have, the more devices that are out there in the hands of users to give better information within regions, the more useful your data is.
Exactly.
Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. So it, so the economics of weather data really depends on a few things. One is the uniqueness of the data. So what data are you capturing? How close it is to other weather stations. So that's all about how unique the data is. And then the quality of data. What are the instruments? How accurate are they? Are they able to capture the weather? Do people have confidence that that's true?
Okay.
Some other things that would go into how valuable the data is goes into how long the station's been there. And I think that pretty much would cover most of what would make weather data valuable. Okay.
Now, certainly, as someone that has one at home, I definitely care about seeing that your token is worth something. I have a good amount of weather of WXM, but I'd like to see it go up. Certainly. What factors do you think are really involved in that? For example, you were just telling me your weather data is currently being sold to, I'm not sure who that was.
So we signed a major partnership recently with a company called Synoptic Data. They are one of the biggest traditional weather station data sellers in the country. And so they primarily sell to US-centric companies, but we're really excited about that. They actually shared our data out with about 100 of their customers who currently buy weather station data.
Okay.
And I think we're excited to see where that partnership goes. But from a traditional weather data sales perspective, that's, I think, what our focus is going to be, is building these partnerships to get our data into the hands of people who use it and organizations who need that data.
Awesome. One last question I do have, and this is more related to me as a user, me as someone that has a device. I've noticed there are other things like GeoNet and WingBits specifically, where people say like, hey, we only want it in a certain hex. We want to distance these away from each other. We don't want too many in a space.
Yeah.
You're not really doing that. I haven't seen a specific requirement. Is there a requirement for that?
So we allow up to 10 stations per hex right now. So you can see it if you go to our Explorer, and it'll tell you how many stations are in each hexagon.
Okay. And I'm totally getting you out of the camera. I'm so sorry, guys.
What's actually useful about that, though, is I think they left it at 10 because that actually gives you, once you have 10, an insane amount of confidence that the weather is actually what it says it is. So it actually adds to the quality of data you guys are probably used to seeing.
Okay.
In terms of you have a reference check with 10 other stations nearby. So if you have one station, you have a certain confidence level. If you have 10 stations, then let's say you have a 99% confidence level.
So unlike other people's situations, for yours, you really do want more in a close area to data check or fact check that information.
Well, I'm saying it's still useful, right?
Okay.
From the reason we did the targeted rollout is because obviously the more unique the data is and the less close it is to other weather stations, the more valuable that data will be for the weather station. However, it's still useful to have reference checks in the same hexagon.
Are you still paying the same amount between all 10 in a hex?
The way the current tokenomics work is we pay the same amount to all stations. So it's the number of stations divided by however many rewards go out every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, one question I do have. So when I first got mine, I admit I went with what was available, and what was available was Wi-Fi. But I did really want to use the one using the Helium network because my understanding is it's not like you send data like every second. I think it's every 15 seconds. I'm not sure how the system works actually.
I think the Wi-Fi is 15 seconds and the Helium is about 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, because I see the light flash on the machine every 15 seconds. Yeah. So I guess my question is, for most people, like I see you have the options of Wi-Fi or the Helium's LoRa, as well as I think it's either it uses cellular, I believe, right?
Yeah, we have Wi-Fi, Helium LoRa 1, and cell.
Okay. Is there any preference to the network itself, or?
No, it's just for whatever use case you have. I mean, so Helium is great for organizations that have low connectivity. So we have, one utility customer who's trying to capture fire weather data with Helium in low connectivity areas in Northern California. However, Wi-Fi, some people do the same workflow for Wi-Fi, and they connect it with Starlink.
Okay.
Other people just put on their homes, like Wi-Fi that you've probably come into, and then cellular if you have cellular connection but not Wi-Fi, right? It just depends on what you need.
Okay. Because I'm asking some of these questions because I had thought about, I live in a very large suburb, so being able to locate them in different places in the suburb seemed to make sense to me. And as well, we do have quite a number of Helium hotspots out there, so I know that Helium will be able to transfer the data. I'm sure if it was in the middle of nowhere and you knew there's one hotspot out there and that might be all you have to transfer, it might be concerning. But if you know that there is good transfer through that LoRa network, then you should be good to go, right?
Yeah, well, you want to make sure that you have a strong Helium connection before probably deploying the Helium because there is much less coverage. Usually, you kind of know if you have Wi-Fi, Helium. You want to check probably the Helium coverage map before you deploy.
Fair enough. All right. Hey, that is it from WeatherXM. Here, you can show them the device here. Is this the new one, or is this
the
1D1? Is it different?
Wi-Fi, yeah.
Okay.
The newest Wi-Fi station.
Okay. I kind of want to check it out. I'll have to check it out later without you guys. I'm sorry.
Also, we should connect and chat about WeatherXM Pro sometime.
Definitely. But if you are interested in getting one, you can always buy it from the website, correct?
Yep, website or from. Do you have a?
Well, I believe you can, and I'm an affiliate, so you can use my code just in case, and I'll put that in the description in order to get some percentage off. But you all have a great day. Thanks for watching, and if you are here in Denver at ETHDenver, please do say hi to me. Take care.